pretty common that you'll see people say that crypto is the future of finance, but the truth is that 99% of crypto tokens and coins are all going to zero. And today I want to save you from losing money and time the same way I did when I first found out about crypto. So stick with me here because there's a few things that you really have to understand for this to start to click. If you're like me, you found out about crypto, started looking into it, and this is the first thing you see when you log into most popular cryptocurrency exchanges. So it's no wonder most people feel confused and attracted to the allure of new crypto tokens with thousands to choose from, hundreds of different use cases and promises of the next big thing. Now, most cryptocurrency exchanges, they're actually incentivized to get you to trade in and out of these different coins because they make money on each buy and each sell. So once you understand how the exchanges work and how they incentivize you to buy and sell coins, it's easy to see the entire crypto industry for what it actually is. The crypto casino exists to make as much money as possible by incentivizing you to gamble on crypto tokens with the hope of getting rich. Now, you might be asking, who is making these tokens? Behind the scenes, founders and companies create new coins the way that casinos create new games. They start by crafting a marketing plan, then they issue the token to insiders at discounted prices, and then they release the token to the public at marked up prices on the casino floor. Because these projects have founders and marketing teams, they often create a narrative or a use case around the coin to convince regular investors that there's some sort of revolutionary technology behind it. Here's an example from the All In podcast. This is a group of billionaires talking about a pre-sale deal that they got on a popular coin called Solana in 2021.
You better clear that Solana position. What's your lockup? 24 months?
No, he's trying to sell it to me on text message.
Yeah, of course he is.
We're negotiating discounts.
I just had the founder on
Hey,
the
you're the whole thing up.
Bro, you don't think
I'm hodling.
You think I buy
You're not
hundreds of
hodling, you're
millions of
clearing.
dollars of anything without a discount? Everything is a discount.
Everything's discounted. You want to clear that position in an LLC?
Are you saying I got $1 billion of Solana?
No, bro, I'm saying I have one. But, I bought it at a discount.
But you're holding, correct?
Ish.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, me too.
Well, I mean,
Now, this is the same pattern that we've seen over and over again with coins like Ethereum, Solana, Luna, SafeMoon, and BitConnect was a really popular scam. Insiders win and retail loses. The token launches and the insiders dump into the new hype, and unsuspecting investors are left holding the bag. And these people don't even know what's going on behind the scenes. The only real use case for a blockchain is decentralized money, not gaming, not digital trading cards, not social media apps or supply chain tracking, just money. Now, blockchains are very slow. They're expensive to run because they have to repeat the same information to thousands of computers all over the world. Now, this isn't a flaw, this is the whole point. Blockchains remove trust from the system. So using a blockchain for anything besides money is like using an armored truck to deliver a pizza. It's slow and heavy and expensive because it's built to protect something that's valuable, not to move fast. And when you start to use a blockchain for any use case other than money, you run into a popular software limitation called the Oracle problem. Blockchains are really good at verifying things inside of the digital world, like sending Bitcoin from one person to another. But what they can't do is verify real world events that are happening outside of the blockchain and the digital world. For example, a blockchain doesn't know who won a soccer game, what the temperature is in Miami, or if a shipment has been delivered. Every time you need real world information, you would have to trust a middleman to feed that data into the blockchain. And the second that you need trust again, you destroy the whole purpose of using a blockchain in the first place. Without solving this Oracle problem, all of these so-called world-changing blockchain projects aren't decentralized at all. They're just expensive databases pretending to be something bigger. All right, so now that we've established that blockchains fail at everything except for money, the real question you have to ask is, which coin is winning at the race of money? Good money has a few key traits. Durability, it means that it withstands physical wear and tear. Portability means that it's easy to transport. Divisibility means that it can be broken into smaller units for different transaction sizes. Uniformity, each unit is the same as the next. Limited supply means that it's scarce and maintains its value over time. Acceptability, it's widely recognized and accepted as a medium of exchange. Beyond these traits, money is also a network similar to social media or the telephone. For example, with the telephone, if you're the only person in the world that has a phone, then it's not useful to you because you can't call anybody else. Each new person that joins the network and buys a telephone makes your telephone more valuable as new people join because you have more people to call. Now, money works the same way. The more people who decide to use that money, the more valuable it becomes. And this is what's called a network effect. And when it comes to cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin has already won the network effect. It has the largest user base, the most secure network, the highest level of trust, and the longest, most proven track record. So while other cryptocurrencies might offer different features or use cases, they often struggle to gain traction and fail if they can't continue to add new users and grow. Just as the telephone became indispensable as more people adopted it, Bitcoin's value and utility continue to grow as individuals, institutions, and governments join the network. And in the end, one money always wins, and in the digital age, that money is Bitcoin. If you're still unsure about this, there's actually an easy way that you can see the truth for yourself. So what you're going to do is you're going to stop measuring altcoins and all of these cryptocurrencies in dollars, and you're going to start by measuring them and denominating the value in terms of Bitcoin. When you price everything in dollars, it can look like a lot of these coins are going up, but when you switch the denominator to Bitcoin, it's more clear that Bitcoin is outperforming everything else over a long period of time. So here's some examples of popular coins that are measured in Bitcoin so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Here's Ethereum measured against Bitcoin. You see a huge spike in 2017, and it's never come close to reaching that level again. And here's XRP against Bitcoin. Same story, there's massive spikes in 2017, then years of slow bleeding. And then here's Solana against Bitcoin. There's huge hype in 2021, but even when Bitcoin made a new all-time high in 2024, Solana couldn't even come close to its old peak. Even meme coins like Dogecoin, there was a short explosive run and then 2 years of steady collapse. And all these coins follow the same pattern. There's a massive spike, a slow bleed, and a trend towards zero when measured in Bitcoin. And it's not by accident that Bitcoin continues to survive while everything else crashes. It's because Bitcoin is built differently at the foundation. Bitcoin has been battle tested in ways almost nothing else has. It's survived government attacks, endless media hit pieces. It survived major exchange collapses and brutal price crashes. Bitcoin wasn't created by a company or a group of founders. It wasn't launched with a marketing plan or a token pre-sale. It was released into the world by an anonymous founder who walked away, leaving no one in control. When regulators show up and markets crash and the easy money dries up, all of the altcoins collapse and Bitcoin endures. This is why Bitcoin continues to win while everything else bleeds out. So let's take a step back and I'll make it very simple for you. Most of crypto is a scam and 99% of it is going to zero. Blockchains are only useful for one thing, and that's money. And money is a winner-take-all game where the strongest network wins. And that money is Bitcoin. So ignore the noise, focus on the signal, put your money into Bitcoin, the best money the world has ever seen. And the only 1% of crypto that actually matters. My name's Austin. I'm here to help you make smarter investment decisions so you can build real wealth. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you're interested in learning about the different ways to buy Bitcoin, then you can check out this video here.